How you doing? This is Chef Clint Johnson with the Destination Dominican Republic. It's been maybe about 7 or 8 years. This is all about moving to the Dominican Republic within the next 2 years. So we're going to have a lot of different themes or episodes on how we're getting there, on the steps that we're going to take. But I just want to reflect back on one thing. The first time that I went to the Dominican Republic, I thought I was going to go on vacation. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't want to go to Florida. I'd never been that far out. I don't think besides Mexico, I've really never been to a Spanish-speaking country. I didn't want to go to Puerto Rico, but I said, I'm going to the Dominican Republic, and I'm going to go to Puerto Plata. I had time sharing with RCI in Interville, so I got it fairly cheap. I got it over there at the Conference C, over at the Lifestyle. I paid about $300 a week. So I went out of Philadelphia, which highway robbery out of there, stopped layover in Miami, which I hated. That cost me about $1,100, but I thought that was the going rate. But I've been there many times since then, so I fly out of Newark, New Jersey. I just got some tickets that I'm going soon for 430 round trip, and no, 350 round trip, and I've seen it even cheaper than that. I go JetBlue out of New York, so that's can range anywhere between 350, 455, 56, 50 at the high end. But Philadelphia is crazy. And they want to lay you over Miami, which you have to go through immigration twice. So when I get to Puerto Plata, I had a whole bunch of $1 bills in my pocket because I hear that the money was, worth a lot over there as far as the bang for the buck. And I get there by myself because I pretty much like to travel by myself. I don't want to, when I'm going somewhere that I'm unfamiliar, I like to travel light just in case I have to change up the situation or I need to exit stage right. I don't want nothing on my hip. So I get there. Now I walk out the airport and I'm looking for the bus for the the Conference Lifestyle Tour bus. I'm looking for that bus. They were supposed to come pick me up, and I wrote them a month ahead of time, letting them know that I was arriving and what time and everything of that nature. And I'm flashing, at a couple people. They waved me over, and I showed them my itinerary. They says, "Oh, yeah, get on this bus here." So I get on that bus, but, I didn't feel too good about it. So, riding this bus, and I'm looking around, I got my gorilla suit on because, I'm in a foreign country and I don't know what's going to happen. So, I'm riding this bus with a stiff upper lip. And maybe about one or two people was on the bus. And the one guy, he was checking me out. He seemed like he had an ulterior motive. Then I arrived to a resort. And the ride was through the country, through the town, which totally shocked me because it was like really busy and motorcycles everywhere. And it looked, from the way that I'm used to living, it really looked kind of hostile and really, a little scary at the busyness. I just couldn't put my finger on what in the world was going on. Then I get to the resort and I felt a little better. And I said, "Is this the resort?" And the guy says, "No, you got on the wrong bus." The guy who put me on the bus. And then all of a sudden he wouldn't speak no English. I said, "Yo, man, you speak English. So why did you put me on this bus?" He said, no, you're going to have to pay me $25 to this other guy to take me there. So I says, okay. So I get up out of the bus with my bag and start walking into the hotel. And I says, well, I'm going to see about that with the other attendant at the hotel. So the guy said, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. We'll take you there for free. So I says, oh, see, now he changed his tune a little bit. So he puts me in a small little cab with another guy. And this guy seemed to be okay. He asked me if I wanted a beer. And we stopped. But, I looked, everybody in a little small, little crowded little bar, 20, 30 people up in there. I said, no, I'm not going up in there. Just forget that beer and take me where I have to go. So I go there to the tropical, get there, it's plush. Woo, I says, well, this is what I'm looking for, very big, very plush. Seeing some Americans, seeing a little this, people, everybody's on vacation mode. So I figured that's, what I wanted. I figured that's what I wanted. So get checked in, go into my room. It was all inclusive, so you get to eat and drink free. So I said, let me go over to the little bar, because I was on the lower level down near the beach. The bar is right there. There's pools, swimming pools all over the place. So it was in February, so I guess it was about 60, 70% full there. But it must have been like spring break. So when I went out there, I seen all these younger folks from Canada like really having a ball, having chicken fights and playing volleyball and laying out getting sunburned and, really doing the romantic thing as far as, couples and it just seemed to me to be like a spring breaker or something of that nature, All I know, it wasn't for me. I figured that out about 10 minutes once I got outside my room, once I was walking around to the patio, to the beach, and to the bar. And I says, well, shit, this is not the experience that I was looking for. I wanted to be immersed into the culture, talk to the people and have some of the food and all indications that I was getting was that, it's not cool to go outside this compound. They have a big wall going all the way around it. We got plenty to do for you here. We got everything from scuba diving to hang glide. Everything is here. You do not need to leave here. We have discos. We got everything, which they do have. But I walked over to a little table. The guy was selling Lattimore stone. That's the blue indigenous stone. And he was selling, wooden carvings and all type of souvenirs. He was a guy that looked to be about my age. There was about like 10 or 15 of them up there, Dominicans. Most of them were young. So I walked over to the older guy, and said, yo, come here. And he comes over. I said, yo, man, what's up? I said, I know you know what's happening. So he said, yeah, I know what's happening, but, I'm not allowed to, to take you anywhere. I lose my job or stuff like that. So I said, listen, there's a couple things I need to do. I need to get to the store, I need to get some real booze because I was drinking at that time, although I'm been 3 years sober now. So I really needed some party favors. So, and besides somebody to talk to explain things to me in the real light of things. So his name's Pedro. So he met me out down around the corner when he got off. I got in his little Honda car with no windows, no air conditioning. So he says, I'm going to take you to a party. So he took me down to the boulevard, which is Malecon there, and it was in the morning. So they were getting ready for Carnival. And once I turned that corner and I seen that boulevard, I must have seen about 100,000 people partying in full carnival mode at 10:30 in the morning. Beer flowing, everybody walking half naked. I said, yes, I hit the jackpot. Now, these are my type of people, you know. Beers was 50 cents. You know, the food was 50 cents. You know, you can go down there for $3 and have a good time. So I took about $20. So we had a fabulous time. I thanked him. And I told him, I'll see you tomorrow. So then we went from there. We went up to the local Placina up in the mountains, up in San Michael up there. They got a couple discos up there, way up top of San Michael. That's where the locals go. So we went there early Sunday morning. Then after that, we went down into the heart of Puerto Plata. There was a disco called the Cabrillon. We went up in there probably about 1 o'clock, and there merengue and bachata. First thing all day long. Carnival was full mode again. So for a while, I was partial going over there in February all the time. But, you know, Pedro has been my friend probably for going on 8 years now. That was 8 years ago when I just took a chance and stepped off sight unseen and just took a chance on just to be happy, just to learn, just to be amongst the people. And there you go. I found my people. At then I didn't know. At then I knew I really liked it. And then it was more of a place to vacation. Then I really got a good understanding of it. Then I started making friends. Then it became more or less my second home. So now I'm working on making it my permanent home. So that was my first day in the Dominican Republic, and I had a fabulous weekend. So hopefully we'll have a fabulous the rest of my life. So I want to thank for the one subscriber that I have. Still here in Delaware, but soon we're giving it 1 to 2, probably more like 2 years. I'm 58 now, so I do roadside barbecue, and today I was out there. It wasn't too bad, but you know, I go all year long, you know, rain, shine, snow, sleet and snow. But I said to myself that this winter is going to be my last winter cooking in the snow. So I will work next summer, and we're going to be making several trips back and forth. We'll be, you know, figuring out how to ship our cars over there, you know, figuring out where we're going to live. My wife and I, my lovely wife and I, which makes me happy because I was supposed to be moving to South Carolina because I went down there and got a house purchased a house on a back tax sale, and the house is brought for. We fixed it up in a year, and it's a beautiful house, and we were going to move into it and, you know, pretty much do what we plan on doing over there down here, was just live the rest of our life without having to, you know, work to pay, you know, our house off. We were going to sell the house we're in, live down South Carolina, and I was just going to just hustle just for fun. But she said to me, after watching and a lot of researching, she was doing research, and she said, you know something, Clint, I see why that you go there. I want to go there too on a permanent basis. And that's all she had to say to me, because I really liked the place. And truthfully, I thought that she despised it because I liked it so much. And because of the reputation that the place has for men, wayward men. But it's not like that. It's just like me cooking ribs and chicken all day. Once you see ribs and chicken each and every day, you pay it no mind. So I'm just want to get over there and enjoy my life. Beautiful, beautiful scenery, beautiful people, beautiful beaches. That's where I want to be. So, like I said, thank you, and we want to shout out to Mr. T. I'm going to come over there and meet you. Mr. Traveler, I'm going to meet you too. I have a little church that I've been supporting over in Puerto Plata. Maybe we can do something.
His name is Tailor Made.
Yeah, Tailor Made. Mr. Traveler, Tailor Made. I'm going to come over there. I want to meet you. And what was the other young lady's name? Cherise. We love you too. And I just happen to be a chef. So once I come over, I'm going to come over and see Gino. And I want Gino to look up Chef Clint Johnson on YouTube. So I have a lot of recipes on there, about 10 hours worth of cooking demonstrations. And so once I come over there, I'm going to give you some ideas. And I'm also going to buy a few provisions for you, and maybe cook a celebrity cook-off for one night. Once I get there, that'll be in February. All right. Until then, like this, whether you like it or not, because this is how we're going to make our money. No, it's not, but it'll be nice if it blows up, because we're going to document all the way from the couch in Delaware to the high life in Rio San Juan or Cabrero in a new fat house with our new donkey named Dominique. Thank you.